We could start recording.
Okay, cool. So we're recording now, and as always, we'll plan to make the whole thing public, but if anything comes up that you think shouldn't be made public, let me know right away and we'll stop the recording and start again. Sound good?
Okay, yes, perfect.
Awesome. Cool. Well, so great to see you. It's been a while. I know we've been obviously WhatsApping a lot, but it's how many months has it been since we've actually seen each
Maybe
other?
I think it's been like 3 months.
We ended the leadership council at the end of March, and I think that was around the last time that you and I saw each other, right? I don't think we've had a one-on-one meeting since then. So yeah, like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
I know you've been doing everything. Well, first of all, let me just thank you so much for all the support that you've been providing. You know how grateful I am, but I want to express it in this moment that I actually get to see you and you get to feel from me, you know, how real it's been and how critical it's been and how much I really appreciate it. And eventually the whole world will really appreciate it when, you know, everyone gets this role that you've played. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I really wish you the best. I know that you've been tirelessly working on this and you're so devoted. And I know that the world's greatly going to benefit from what you're creating. And I was watching your video about the reality generating machines, and you know, it's wonderful. It's just like your mind just knows how to put things into order and just like get the gears rolling. So I know I appreciate that. So thank you for your
work. I know you do, and I appreciate that about you, is that you have the clarity of the vision that you see it. You know, you can have 100 people watch that same video, and at this point, based on experience at the moment, it's still not such a high percentage of people that are really getting it. You know, it really, some people are in that space and some people are not. And, you know, I just have to keep giving up my resistance that everybody should get, you know, how awesome this is, and just like understand that everybody's at their own place. I keep seeing where I'm in avoidance in all kinds of places in my own life, so I can understand that other people are in avoidance about a lot of this stuff that challenges, you know, their sense of harmony in the world, right? Everyone wants to be able to go through their daily lives without being in total despair about where we're headed as a society, right? So we all have to pretty much compartmentalize it and stay in our happy place and not think about, you know, all the fires and all the killings and all the everything that's happening in all these places. So I just have to keep reminding myself that, you know, it's not that people don't get it. It's just that people have all these defense mechanisms that are preventing them from allowing the support to even enter their own lives. So, you know, I appreciate that you're at a place internally where you're like open to the channels of the world, and whenever anything shows up in your experience, you're able to look at it and take it in and see how this relates to you. So, you know, from my perspective, that's a really advanced evolutionary place that you're at in your humanity. So I want to honor you and appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for sharing the minutes with me last night. That really gave me an idea of where we can jump into some real specifics. And that's essentially, you know, obviously I want to, especially, you know, with all the value you've been providing over these months, I want to give you as much value as I can, you know, packed into this hour and a half that we have together. And obviously, there's going to be a lot that's going to continue and keep evolving from here, but I want to do my best to have you leaving this session going, you know, thank goodness I'm doing this. Thank goodness this is here. I want you to really feel, you know, the immediate benefit for you, right? So that's what I really want to focus on, is that you're walking out of here saying, this is great. I got to share this with this person. I've got to do this. You know, you get what I'm saying? I want to really integrate into your current world and let you be able to utilize these tools, not as a, you know, an intellectual or a theoretical experience, but like it's really on the ground making a difference for you right now.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And let me share with you a couple of the ideas that came up for me from what you shared in the minutes, just to give us a couple of, you know, perspective places to go with it. And then we'll spend time with letting you share more with me about, you know, the context and where you want to focus your attention and that sort of thing. Let me start sharing my screen and pull up the minutes. Is it okay to share the minutes on the video? Is it okay for the public to see that? Yeah. Okay. So the things that I saw that I think, you know, again, are areas where we can really focus attention early on are find a conscious organizational expert to help us determine structural setup, consult Dow and others, and find accountant to set up automated accounting systems. You know, these kind of fall right into the model of the reality generating machine, right? These are two different supporters or gears that you need to put into your reality generating machine in order to be able to, you know, have a functional machine, right? And we'll spend some time getting into what we're going to call your machine and what some of the other gears are, but we're kind of jumping right into the middle. Like, in order for you to be successful, you've already identified we need an organizational expert and we need an accountant, right? Those are two already identified needs that you have. And now you guys are going to be in some kind of process to find those individuals, connect with them, negotiate with them, create some kind of agreement with them, right? Is that what you're anticipating? Or give me some of your thoughts around that.
Yeah, absolutely. We, you know, we're setting up this faith-based organization, and this is our first time doing anything like this. So, you know, we need other people that are experienced with this and with helping us make this a successful organization.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really great. So with that in mind, let's again start mapping it out and outlining, and I'll let you kind of, you know, fill in the gaps as we keep going. But we'll start a new mind map so we can have it, you know, kind of in that format and look at everything. So what should we call this project of yours?
Well, this one's the tantric ministry. This one's very specific to my tantric work, and also with my business partner. She's also a tantrika and a teacher, and we're uniting together to form this faith-based organization and to reach a wider audience, and to bring this to more people. And we're also going to have other people being part of our team, though right now we're starting the two of us just to like set a foundation first before expanding.
Perfect. And that's Allie you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Which is great, because I actually, back when I think it was when I was getting the leadership council together, I actually had a meeting with Allie. She was one of the people that responded, and we talked about things. So it's perfect.
Okay, you know her, Allie Light. Yeah.
Yep. So perfect how all the dots connect, right?
Yeah, and like Rico's part of this, and also my friend Ever and Benja. But right now it's really like the two of us, you know, setting the foundations so that then we can create that container for others to step in. Perfect.
That's so great. So what I'm going to do as we start to put some more of the pieces on the map, what I'm going to do is show you another video. I don't think I showed you this video. It's a 2.5-minute video that goes into a little bit more detail in the reality generating machine, so that we can be on the same page with the language that we're using and everything. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me pull it up. You watched, well, tell me what you watched so far. You watched the first video that was like the 4-minute intro of what the offer was. Is that right? That included the reality generating machine?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this one, again, I don't think I sent this one to you. So what this is going to get into is it kind of goes back to where we were at with the manifestation process, talking about the incentives versus the inspiration, and also breaks down the different pieces into the supporter, the seeker, and the connector. And so again, I'm going to show this to you now so we can use this specific language in the rest of our session here. And then we can be really specific about, when we're looking for a supporter, what we're doing to incentivize the connectors, all of that sort of thing. Sound good?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
These days, with so many demands on us, it's challenging for most of us to meet our own personal, family, and work commitments, let alone make the difference we'd like to in our community, our country, and our world. Uniting for Action is excited to present Reality Generating Machines, a revolutionary breakthrough in systematizing how you create results in your life so that you can be optimally efficient and effective in the use of your time, energy, and resources. Reality generating machines allow us to go from saying what we want to getting what we want by breaking down what we want into a series of roles we need filled. Each of these roles becomes a blueprint for a gear in our reality generating machine. Each gear is made up of 3 components: a seeker, a supporter, and a connector. An agreement between a seeker and a supporter creates a functional gear, bringing us one step closer to having a fully functioning machine. Connectors are people who connect seekers with supporters. By emphasizing and incentivizing the role of connectors, we're helping society evolve from a win-win world of cooperation to a win-win-win world of collaboration and synergy. The agreements we seek evolve from the offers we make. Offers to supporters and connectors are based on a combination of inspiration and incentives. When more inspiration is present, less incentives are needed. When more incentives are present, less inspiration is needed. We've created the Uniting for Action content system to help seekers create, organize, and share content which inspires prospective supporters and connectors. The content system integrates with seekers' existing social media accounts to automate the sharing of content, incentives, and offers. This facilitates, streamlines, and accelerates the process of securing agreements with supporters and connectors. Once you have agreements in place for each of the gears, you now have a functional reality generating machine that you can turn on and keep running until you create the results you're seeking.
Okay, great. So any questions about what you just saw?
Yeah, I really like the animation. I feel like it gives you a good visual. There's definitely a lot of pieces to it, right? So this is very interesting. I'm interested in the part of the agreements that you mentioned. So the agreement is basically in between the seeker or the supporter and the connector. Maybe that's not clear for me.
Perfect. That's a great place to start. And first of all, also, since you mentioned the animation, I just want to tie it all back again, because again, specifically because of your support over the months, I was able to create that animation. I've been able to do the programming, the real work that's had to get done in order to.
I'm glad that helped. I'm really glad it helped.
yeah, more than help. That's the thing, is I want you to be able to take ownership for the fact that, it was your support that helped create this really directly. And I want you to be able to feel this as it grows into the world,
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful. I'm so grateful that all worked out, and that it gave you the capacity to just focus on the important things.
Exactly. 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 So to answer your
Sorry.
question, you are the seeker in this case. Okay.
Okay.
You're seeking an accountant. You're seeking a business expert. You're the one building the machine, which is going to create the reality that you want. So we're going to, call this, let me go back again. So for the moment, we'll just call this the Tantric Ministry reality generating machine. And you're figuring out what are all the pieces or what are all the gears that need to be in place. So one gear is an accountant, right? If you don't have an accountant, then the machine doesn't work. Okay. If you don't have a business expert, then the machine doesn't work. It's like you can have all the other gears in place, but if you're missing one key gear, then you're at a standstill. You get what I mean? That's really the concept of the reality generating machine. Is what we're doing with the reality generating machine is we're identifying all of the necessary gears to get the whole machine operating, right? And there's no guarantee that you're going to get everything in the end, but at least once you get all the gears in place, now you have a chance to create your outcome, right?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Again,
Yeah.
if you need a venue as part of, the whole thing, you can have all the people, you can have everything, but if you don't have a venue, you're not open for business, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
So again, these are all the necessary gears. And so we think of them as gears, and this is why I've created this visual, like you're saying, because I think it makes it easier for people to get that if you're missing a gear, the machine doesn't function, right?
Right.
So really the idea is, what are all the gears we need? So we've just identified a couple, we'll identify a few more. What are all the gears that you need to get your tantric ministry machine functional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, doesn't mean it's going to be profitable, doesn't mean it's going to be popular. You still have to do work to do all of that, right? But at least you've got a functioning machine that you can be tweaking and you can be having clients and you can do something with, right?
Right. Yeah. So I get all the pieces into place. Right.
You get all the pieces into place. So that's exactly what you're asking. So the agreements are between you and each of the supporters, right? So let me go back to the visual here just to make it, again, very visual for you.
Oh, between me and the supporters. Right.
Yes. So here you are, you're the seeker.
I'm the speaker. Right.
You're the seeker. You're looking for these supporters because they're going to support you in some realm that you need support in, accounting, business experience, whatever it is. And then also the connectors, which we're about to talk about, are the referrers of the supporters, right? They're like, does anybody know an accountant I can use? Oh yeah, I've got an accountant for you. Okay, so that person that says I've got an accountant for you, that's the connector, right? And what we're doing with the reality generating machine, as we had talked about, in the previous version with the manifestation process, is we're incentivizing connectors to play the role as a connector, right? So a perfect example would be, you could just put a post on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for a conscious accountant that can help us with this and this. Does anybody know one, right? Now, when you do that, and you and I had this conversation before, if you're not offering any incentive, then there's all kinds of considerations that people are having, right? Like people could say, I don't know if Angie's going to pay this person what this person wants, so I don't know if I should refer this person. I don't know if this person, all kinds of considerations come in whether they should refer somebody to you or not, even if they know somebody, let alone even rack their brain trying to think of somebody. However, if you added the incentive, and I'm just going to use this as an extreme example, let's say anybody, I'm looking for a conscious accountant, anybody that, sends me somebody that I hire, I'll give you $500 for that referral, right? Like how many more referrals are you going to get with that incentive out there than if you didn't offer that incentive, right?
Yeah.
So it's just the example. And the other part of it too is the inspiration. And that's where it gets back to, the balancing act between the inspiration and the incentives, right? because the more you can inspire people, the more people just love you and they love what you're up to and all of that. You know, they could say, hey, Angie, even though you're offering $500, I really want to see this succeed. Put the $500 you're going to give me back into making this work, right? Because they're so inspired, right? But if they weren't inspired, they wouldn't be saying that, right? If they weren't inspired, they're just like, I'm just doing this because I'm going to get $500 out of it, right? You know what I'm saying? There's a balance there. And so that's where you, as a seeker, have the opportunity to do as much as you can to raise the inspiration level as much as you can, and do as much, in which case you don't need as much incentives, or raise the incentives more, in which case you don't need to inspire quite as much, right? So what we're going to do in this session specifically is we're going to give you the opportunity to inspire both the supporters that you're looking for as much as possible. What can you say right now that when an accountant looks at this video, they're going to be like, oh, I want to work with her, you know, and I'm going to give her a discount, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like that's all part of the inspiration, right? And then same with the connectors. Like you can create this story of how awesome it's going to be for somebody to send this person to you and inspire the connectors. And then again, this is where you can already imagine, well, I know Ali and Rico and Benji and Ever and whoever else, you know, you have on the inside, you already know they're going to be connectors for you, right? You already know that they're, whatever post you create to put out on Facebook, they're going to send it because they're part of the seeking team essentially already, right?
Right.
But what is it going to take, you know, for others in your extended network to not only, you know, like reach out to people that they know to refer them to you, but even potentially post something on their wall, right, on their timeline. Like if they know that they're going to get, again, extreme example, $500 for referring somebody, they could put the post out to their whole network. Hey, network, my friend is looking for a conscious accountant. If you know anybody, and now they're not only looking from their own network, if you know anybody, then let me know. I can give you $200 for that. They'll get $300. Their friend will get to, you get what I'm saying? This is how we kind of use this game of incentivizing, inspiring to be able to reach out to broader and broader networks, to have a wider reach, to be able to fulfill the needs that we have. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is how we start to institutionalize it as we all start to play this game together, right? Then we start to have networks upon networks upon networks. And whenever we're putting something out, it has the ability to propagate really easily throughout this whole network because everyone's networked in. You know, while we're starting at the beginning, we're relying more on, you know, the existing social media networks, which of course will be a big part of it anyways. But what we're going to do is we're going to build these pages like you've seen before. And what you and I will do today is I'll keep doing it kind of full service version for you, as, you know, again, thank you for all that you've done. I'm going to do it for you, you know, for now, to keep creating really good products for you that you can put out there in terms of inspiring people and incentivizing people. But I'm also going to show you how I've now created this self-service model. I've programmed the self-service model so that you are, what's that?
A self-service model.
Exactly. Okay, so that you and anybody can now just, you know, use the system yourself without needing Jared to be involved at all, that you can actually log in, build your own pages, build your own, you know, seek your own supporters, all of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to show you all of that today. We'll get into the training you on it some other time. I want to put that off because, again, I want to focus on just creating as much value as possible for you right away. So I think, you know, first of all, any questions about anything I've said or any other explanations you want before we dive back into like getting into the details?
Actually, I think right now it's pretty clear what you just explained.
Okay, good. So, so let's do this. Let's go back to the mind map. Let's see. Let's add accountant. Give me like all the pieces that are coming to the top of your head that are outside, you know, people or support that you need at this point.
So we're definitely gonna need an accountant, like I said, a organizational expert, somebody who's just created organizations, successful organizations. They know how to get all the pieces together, and also like a social media team. That is like a manager, social media manager, and also a producer. Like we want to create all this content, and I literally just purchased this app. So we're gonna have an app, and we're gonna populate it with educational content. So we need a production team. Mhm.
Okay, great. So let's
Yeah.
actually, let's say, like you said, well, let's make it a team. And then within the team, you've got the manager as like the first person. Maybe that's your whole team to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you add more people to the team. And the same thing with the production, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say,
And we're gonna need like a physical space eventually. Land with a building, or like a temple, a beautiful geodesic dome to have congregations,
mhm.
a physical space.
Yep. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Anything else you want to add to this right now?
I think we could start with that.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
I think so there's a couple things. We'll have to figure out how much we get into it today.
Yeah.
I think at least a little bit in terms of like, you kind of giving an overview of the project so that one of the, these people, the accountants or whoever we're going to focus on has an idea of what they would be getting into and why they would be interested in this and why it would be a benefit to them, right? Because you're looking at the incentives. Obviously, money is an incentive that everybody is familiar with, but we also want to try to figure out, especially whenever we want to limit our financial expenditure, what other incentives do we have to offer, right? Can you offer if somebody is going to work with you? Can you say, hey, if you can do a good job with me, I've got all these other clients I can refer to you. That's a great incentive for a lot of professionals, right? That you're not going to be just one client for them, that you're going to send a stream of clients to them, right? So that's an incentive that you can offer. The prestige of it. Hey, we're going to have media attention. You're going to get media attention. You're going to get known for this. That's another type of incentive that you can offer. So, we want to get creative and think about what are all the incentives that you can offer. And then again, also how inspiring can you make it, to these people in terms of what this opportunity is, right?
Yeah.
And so basically, and then let me just show you what the end result is going to be. And then we'll start letting you kind of just talk to me with and giving us the content that we're going to turn into these pages. But let me show you what the pages look like now and how they get built. Okay. So it's very similar to the page that I showed you for you. I don't know if I have it up still. Yep, I do. Okay. So I used actually the page I created for you as a model, and now I've kind of automated this whole thing. So this is like the intro part of the page, right? And it gives like a summary of certain things. And then, video and some text over here, video and some text over here. So now this model this is actually what it ends up looking like, and it looks like almost exactly what you have, but this is all able to be edited. So let me show you what it looks like. So when we go to the page admin, I'll actually go all the way back to the beginning so you can see. So I'm going to go to my profile, Uniting for Action's profile. So on the Uniting for Action profile page, when I scroll down to the bottom, here's all Uniting for Action's content. So this is all the content built using this, what I'm calling the story making machine. So the story making machine, the reason I'm calling it the story making machine, just to give you a little idea, because it is important, is that everything that we want in the world, this is another kind of basic building block that I've come up with. Essentially, everything that we want is based on a story that we're telling that we're looking for agreement around, if you think about it. So in order for you to realize the tantric ministry, what you're doing is you're creating a story about the tantric ministry, and then you're sharing that story with different people until you get agreement, with different people, right? And you've already gotten the agreement with Ever and Rico and Ali and Benji, right? So you've told a story, they're like, yes, I agree with this, let's create this. Now you're creating certain subparts of the story. Hey, we need a venue. So you're gonna have a certain story about the venue, right? Like, we have this certain budget, this is the type of thing we're looking for. You're going to tell that story out into the world until you get agreement with that and you have your venue. Does that make sense? So basically, every intention that we have in the world can be broken down to what is the story that we're telling to the world? What is the agreement that we're looking for from the world in order to, create whatever it is that we want, essentially fulfill the intention that we're putting out into the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why this is called the story making machine, because basically I'm embedding the idea with everyone that what you're doing is you're telling story after story, looking to get agreement after agreement so you can create your reality, building it agreement by agreement. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all about telling the story, and within the story, again, you're inspiring and you're incentivizing, and by doing that, then you're ending up creating the agreement. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me give you, again, a rough, just quick run through of the system so you know that what the system has, and then we'll go back to the specifics of you starting to tell the story and starting to inspire and incentivize the people that you're looking for. So let's go into solutions. So we have, I know it's probably small on your screen. Can you see it says theme right next to this? Solutions is a theme. And then within this solutions theme, we have breakthrough solutions as a page, and then we have other themes. So you can have themes within themes, and then at some point within the themes, you have pages, and within the pages, then you have sections, and within the sections, then you have concepts, okay? And I'm gonna—
Themes, sections, concepts. Okay.
Yeah, themes, pages, sections, and concepts. Exactly. That's the breakdown of all of this content: themes, pages, sections, and concepts. And I'm going to walk you through so you can see what it all looks like. Going back to the page that we were just on. So this is Emiliano's page that we were working on. So this is the page. This is a section header, organizing thoughts. This is the concept header, tags and channels. So you create a page that has all these different sections. Here's one section. Here's one concept within that section. Here's another concept within that section, another concept, and then another section. And then one concept, and then another concept. So you have these different sections on the pages, and then you have the concepts within the pages. So again, just as an example, we're just going to start building it for you right off the bat, so it makes it, makes sense. So let's create a new theme. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build this all within my content right now. And then once we set you up with your own user, as a user within the system, then we're going to move all of this over into your account. So it'll be within your account. So we're actually starting to build out your pages already. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll call this the Tantric Ministry Or is there some other way you want to describe it for the theme, or is that good for you?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. And in this case, within the theme, just to make it simple for the moment, we're going to, that's interesting that it did that. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. So within this, so now we've created this theme. It's sitting next to all these other themes. You have this interface, as you can see, where you can move these themes up and down. You can edit, you can delete them. So that's where, again, you have complete control over all of your usage of the system. So now
This is a self-service. This is once I log in.
Exactly. You got it. You got it. This is what everybody has the tools to be able to do in the self-service module now. So once you log in, this is the way it looks to you. So then you'll click on the theme, Tantric Ministry. So now that you've pulled up this theme, now you can either insert a new sub-theme under this theme, or you can insert a new page. So in this case, we're just going to go right into inserting a new page. We're going to call it, just for simplicity right now, Tantric Ministry, and add the page. And now that we've done it, again, we can edit or delete this page. We can insert a new page. What we're going to do is we're just going to go right into clicking on the Tantric Ministry. And we're going to
Now,
click.
is it, okay, so the first Tantric Ministry that you created, is that the theme and then this is the page?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And
Okay.
it actually keeps track of it up here for you so you can see. So it says themes, which is a link you can click on to get back to all your themes. It shows you that you're within the Tantric Ministry theme, and then it shows you that you're on the Tantric Ministry page right now. So it kind of keeps track of where you're at in the whole system.
Okay.
Okay. So now, any other questions?
No.
Okay, so now we're going to insert a new section. I think for the moment, let's just call this section supporters that we're seeking. Because now we'll add these different supporters within this section. Okay, so now again, we've got the section. We could edit, delete the section, insert a new section. We'll just click on the section. So again, up here, it shows that we're inside the page, we're within the section. Now we can insert a new concept. So again, just for simplicity for the moment, let's just add a concept for accountant.
Right.
And then we're going to also add a new concept for business executive.
Yes.
Or organizational expert.
Mhm.
And again, we're going to fill all this in a little bit more, but let me just show you what the page is looking like already with all just a little bit that we did. So we click on preview content, and now it's jumping us to the live page. And what it's done is it's created this section, supporters that we're seeking. It's got the accountant concept, it's got the organizational expert concept, and it's already built the summary of the page automatically. So on this page, we have supporters that we're seeking. We have links that we can click on to jump us down the page to the accountant, to the organizational expert. This is part of the Tantric Ministry theme, and this was created by Uniting for Action. So let's jump into the accountant concept. So now we just go back into the concept admin, and this is where we can add the YouTube video and add the content that we're about to create. So we're about to have you describe what are the things that you're looking for in an accountant. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out that snippet of video, turn it into, a 2-minute YouTube video, and paste that link right here. And then that's going to be part of your page, right? So again, just to show you, what that looks like as a quick example, we'll just pretend that this is your video. And now we're going to paste that right here, and then hit save. And as we do that, boom, it's already on the page. We preview it and it's already like right on our page there. So it's going ahead and it's creating all of this content like live on the fly. You can chop up videos and post the videos onto your page, and then also add, the text onto the page here. And then also the last part I'm going to show you now before we actually start creating your story is I want to show you what it looks like to actually start seeking the supporter that you're looking for. So I just want to make sure you're still with me. I see that you're
Yeah.
off the video. Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, I just needed to stand up for a minute and do something.
No worries.
Okay.
Okay. So now that I'm back into the section with the accountants and the organizational experts, now what I can do for the accountant is I can click add support. Okay. So again, this is where it gets so automated that you are now saying for the system, I'm a seeker looking for support in this particular area. So we click on add support and it brings up this new interface. So insert the support request. So we're going to again say that we're looking for an accountant. This is the specific support we're looking for. And as we do that, and then we click on this new support request for accountant, this is the new part of the interface again that makes it totally automated. So here's where you get to say, and again, you get to add a video if you have a specific video description of this already, but this is where you say, hey, this is what we're seeking. Okay, and this is where you list the bullet points of we need this and this and this and this and this. Okay, these are the requirements that we have for any accountant that we're looking for. Okay, we're looking for this many years of experience. We're looking for, CPA certification, whatever it is, that you need, right? And then here is where you enter what you're offering. Okay, so hey, here's the fee that we can pay. Here's the referrals that we're going to be able to refer to you. Here's the media person that can help you get in the newspaper. Here's all the things that we have to offer. Okay, and then also here's what you're offering for referrals. So again, hey, anybody that can send us this person, you can have a free session from so and so. You can have this $200 incentive, referral fee,
right.
whatever it is. So let's just say again, let's just put something in here so you can see what it looks like. So let's say $200 referral fee. Let's say that we're offering, let's just say we're offering $10,000 to do this, certain job that we need done. And let's say that we're seeking, CPA. Let's do some bullet points here. We've got all the different things here. So let's say CPA, experience with similar businesses. Let's say conscious community member as an example. Okay. So again, just really basic stuff to make it simple to begin with. But just so you see, you have the ability to adjust all these at any time. And then you hit save. And now that you've done this, this is where the magic happens. So now that we've done this, now let's go back and look at what the page looks like. So now we're going back onto your page. We're going back to the section, the supporters that we're seeking. We're going into the accountant concept that has the video that we uploaded. But now it's also got this seeking section that we just built. So we are seeking support. Could you or someone offer support? And then it just gives, don't turn away, don't let the opportunity pass by. And then it gives all the information of what you're seeking. So you're seeking an accountant. Here's the things that you're seeking. Here's what you're offering. Hey, if you can support, get in touch and click on that. And here's the referral fee. And if you know someone, refer someone to us and click on this. So here again, now this is automated. So now, hey, if you can support, get in touch. And then they click on get in touch. Yeah. And now they're sending you a message. Hey, I'm somebody that you're looking for. I'm interested. Let's talk about this. So they're directly replying to you. It's essentially like they're applying for a job that you've posted essentially, right? And now that And now that you have this in the system, now again, all of your connectors, and again, they have the same interface. So if somebody can refer somebody to you, they click on refer someone, and now again, they're sending you a message and they're sending you referrals, because this is all built into the system within 5 minutes.
They can respond here.
Exactly. They're responding to what you're looking for.
Do they have to log in? Do they have to have a profile or no?
They don't have to. If they don't have a profile, then they can just include their email address or include their phone number or include some way for you to get in touch with them.
Okay.
If they do have a profile, then it's all automated, because you can see it automatically knew it was from me and it's to me because I'm logged in. But good question. Yeah, I have made it where it doesn't require someone to be logged in to be able to use it. So that way, again, somebody can post this on social media. So they can come here, and then even if they don't have an account, they can send somebody to you. But again, this you can see all the automation in here now. Now, you know, within a couple minutes, you're identifying what you're seeking, you're outlining it, you're putting it into the system. Now the system is automatically managing this for you. Now it gives you a link that you can post out on social media. All of your other people can post out on social media. And here's the one place they can go where there's a video talking about it. There's the job description. Here's what you're offering. Here's what you're offering. And you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's all here now.
I love it. Yeah, it's very well organized and it's very streamlined.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, the processing of all of these months of figuring out how to put it in.
Yeah, it's like breaking everything down into pieces.
Totally. Okay, great. So now that you've got the lay of the land, let's have you just start talking about, like, actually, you know, what you're looking for in an accountant, what you guys can offer, like why this is so great for, you know, an accountant that's just the right type of person, you know, to be involved in this project. You know, again, create it as, I want to make sure you're there because you're frozen on my screen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so make it as, you know, inspiring as possible, first of all, and then you'll add all the incentives in, or you'll add the incentives in along the way, you know, as well. And again, you can always go and update this tomorrow. You can talk, you know, with your other partners and figure out what other incentives can we offer. But let's just start, you know, with something so that you've got something to build on. And then now you can see this is the process for, again, getting all of your needs fulfilled, because you're being, like you said, so organized about it, that there's a place to send everybody and a way to manage all of this, right? And every time you guys have a new need, you just add it in. It's another page. It's another section on the page. And now as people are looking at it, you've got a place to be able to capture all the interest and capture all the attention and manage it all.
I love it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jared. Absolutely. I'm so grateful again for all your organizational expertise. You're an organizational expert, actually. Maybe you'll work with us.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm also looking for a lot of organizational experts at this point, you know, to take it to all these next levels.
Exactly. So yeah, so now I'm stating, what do we need in an accountant? So basically what we're looking for in an accountant is basically a professional that can provide us with certain systems that are very simple to use for us to log our sessions, our events, the fundraisers that we're building from that, and basically a system also to record our expenses, and basically somewhere where we could just keep everything really organized, and also who has like a good mind for like helping us set up a system where we can, you know, kind of figure out what what structure we're creating. We were talking to an alliance the other day, and they were telling us about how they kind of manage their business, and basically how their organization serves as intellectual property, as the name, the organizational name, and basically that's like what their gift is. And then the people that are promoting under them, using their intellectual property, their content, so their teachers, their registered teachers, are basically individual businesses, and they donate 20% back to the institution, right? So I think we're going to come up with something similar to that. So eventually, we're going to need an accounting system that can keep track of all these donations, or like the money that's coming in. And as we're beginning to do bigger and bigger things, we really need to have a really well set up system for this, right? To keep track of everything.
Got it.
Yeah.
So to keep track of all of the transactions, and also with having different professionals that are operating as independent contractors and are providing a commission to you, or there's some sort of financial arrangement going on besides just the core business out into these others that are operating as affiliates almost, or part under your umbrella of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Like our intention is to eventually have, tantric ministry trainings, and have almost like certifications, right? For like tantra teachers, practitioners who will study with us our particular modalities that we're teaching. And so they will be able to get certified and represent our name, and we'll go out into the world and bring these teachings out into the world. And so they will be giving back as well, and so we need to be able to keep track of that and make sure that everybody in our team is paid for that, for their contributions, and that the land is being paid for, or the bills are being paid for.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically you're looking for you want to start with a system that's going to be able to grow into all of those needs that you're growing into, and you're looking for an accountant that has an understanding of all of that enough to be able to set you up with the right system from the beginning, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Okay, great. And do you have any other kinds of requirements in terms of like, do they need to be local? Do they need to have certain values? Or are there any kind of like things that are like, deal killers, or things that you need out of them?
I would think we would want to have an accountant that would enjoy working with us, because they can share some of our values. We believe that we came onto this earth to really explore our capacity to feel, and we believe that our bodies are sacred, and we believe that our communication is very important with each other, and to learn about different boundaries and different desires that we have, and to be very clear in our capacity to communicate. And also when we do communicate clearly about that, to give each other permission to feel and to explore our senses, right? And so we want people that are interested in tantra, that are interested in sacred sensuality, that are interested in caring for the earth, because we're also going to be doing planetary tantra and working with the earth. And so we want people that are on a spiritual journey, and that are also very connected to their bodies. They want to become more embodied. They want to get more connected to the earth. We're definitely not a corporation in a building with like, towers and away from the earth, and just thinking about like numbers, or like shipping products or things like that. We're like really connected to the earth, to our bodies, to our community building. And so we want people who are in that vibe, because I feel like a lot of the incentives that we could provide is like giving a free training, or giving a scholarship for a program that we create, or for an event, or for a session. So those are things that I will definitely would like to offer that. And those are things that I want to get more clear with my team about exactly what we're offering. But those are the things that are at the top of my mind that I could offer, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's great that you're saying that, and it's great that you're discerning that these are the types of people that we're looking for, people that are in this consciousness, and people that value these types of exchanges that we're able to offer beyond just the dollars. So that's really perfect that you're identifying those pieces. So I think what I'll have you do, so we have this video clip. That was a perfect video clip that we just created. So that's awesome. So let's now create another video clip that is you just giving an overview of the project. I know I've heard, bits and pieces before, but just to have it tight for this particular page, let's have you give an overview of what this project is, so that anybody that's showing up to support you understands what they're stepping into and what they're being a part of. Does that sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Angie Rainbow G, and I basically offer services to overworked professional men who have overspent their sexual energy, and also to wives of long-term marriages that have almost lost that connection with their inner sultress and that goddess archetype. And I also work with couples that are looking to spice up their love life, to find that newfound vitality for life. And so as an individual practitioner, I felt like I needed to expand the capacity of my reach with the things that I've been learning, and also to unite with other practitioners, to unite our voices. And so that's how the Tantric Ministry has found. The Tantric Ministry is now basically a faith-based organization. And so we believe in the divine that is encased in our bodies. And we don't see the divine as separate from our embodiment. And so therefore we believe in this unleashing of the spirit through the opening of our hearts, and also the reconnection to our bodies as well. So within the Tantric Ministry, we explore different type of practices. The particular practice that I've been developing over the years is Thai Tantra Yoga. And we have different forms of Thai Tantra Yoga. We have Thai Tantra Yoga massage. We also have it in the form of a dance. And we also have Acro Thai Tantra. And all of these different practices really support us in that process of unleashing our spirit, opening our heart, and reconnecting to our bodies in a much deeper way. And also reconnecting to the planet, for we are one with this great Mother Earth. And that is also part of our reunion back into the totality of who we can be. And so this Tantric Ministry, now we are uniting with other teachers such as Ali Light, who is an amazing source of Tantra knowledge. You could find her at Sacred Muse. You could find me at thaitantrayoga.org, or you could find my partner at Sacred Muse. Now we are basically uniting our powers, and we're creating the Tantric Ministry, and we're going to be building all of the education around that, and then all of the content. And we're inviting you to become a part of this. If you are basically an organizational expert, if you have any sort of experience creating organizations and setting up systems for them to be successful, then we are looking for you. This is our first time doing this. We're individual practitioners and teachers, but actually creating an organization like this is our first time. So we're definitely looking for experts and creating systems that can help us to expand this into a worldwide academy because basically we're education based. We're an education based organization, and we all share the faith that the spirit resides in our bodies, and we congregate to honor that and to experience that more.
It's awesome. That's really
Yeah.
great. Really great explanation. So share with me, if you would, and with everybody, a little bit more of the evolution of how you see it evolving from, where it is conceptually right now to a physical space, multiple physical spaces, the presence around the world, the presence online. Like, what is the tantric ministry going to grow into from where it is right now?
Yes, thank you so much for that answer. Right now, we're actually looking to expand by creating online content and education videos that can teach more to all of our audience through an app. We're building an app. So in this online app, we're going to be able to load different courses and organize it in a way that each course has a very particular organization, kind of like you've organized all these pages with all these themes and all these pages and all of these different features so that all the thoughts are organized. Basically, the app creators that we're going to be utilizing to load all of our content is like that. Everything's really well organized into different type of subset of organization. And so we're going to be having education about all of these different themes, right? For singles, for couples, for men, for women, for specific conditions, right? And so we're going to be able to load this content in a very organized way so that when people go into our app, they could just like click on what is more relevant for them and be able to study more about that theme. And we aim to give very practical type of exercises as well that they can utilize either using breath work or movement or a massage technique or a mindset. We're going to be able to share all of these different type of experiences with them, thoughts and experiences, knowledge, to inspire them to live their lives in greater harmony with themselves, their nature, and also the life force energy within them.
Awesome. That's so great. Okay, great. So
Yeah.
to begin with, it's all content on an app, virtual, so to speak, in terms of, at least in the beginning, not having like a physical space, right? Right.
Yeah, to start out, because what we're aware of is that we really are like a digital world in these days, and so the way that we reach each other is to expose these different knowledge and ideas out into the digital world. And so we do want to have that education and that digital presence, and then we want to be able to have that as a methodology for us to fundraise through by selling courses and education, where then we can put that money to work so that we can invest on physical spaces, so that we can invest on land, so that we can invest on building land that we already have. Like in Costa Rica, one of our partners has land in Costa Rica, and so that land needs further development. So we could put funds to further develop that land. We could put funds to have another land in a different place eventually, right? I mean, first we're kind of like just taking baby steps and directing the energy to one place first, and then building a functional organism so that then we can expand and then we can grow. But I am a seer of a big vision. My business partner, she zooms in and she's like, immediate things now, what are the next steps? And I hold like a big vision, so we work well together in that way. And we want to bring in other pieces of the puzzle, right? Because everybody has a gift, and we want to be able to fulfill all the pieces of the puzzle so that we can create this reality, this heaven on Mother Earth.
Awesome. That's really great. explanation. That kind of ties it all up. So give me a sense of the organizational expert or experts that you're looking for in terms of what you're looking for out of a person right now in terms of their expertise, their experience, what needs you feel like you need filled in the short term. What do you want them to have experience with in terms of growth into other phases, or do you think maybe you'll just have a different expert when you get to that phase, or what are you defining as the experts that you're looking for right now?
Yeah, I would say that we would need an expert that has experience with like setting up different paperwork that we might need. Maybe even who has knowledge about certain business law that we could use, and that can also see like these concentric circles that we want to create as we're growing. Like right now we're creating our inner circle of like us, like the founders, and then our expanded team, and then we're going to want to grow into the next circle after that, and then the next circle and the next circle. And so, for example, I'll give you an example that one of our alliances is using is they have basically every 3 months and a half or every month and a half they have 3 facilitators that are teaching, and then they change, right? So like that's an organizational structure, because then they're always sharing power. It's not only just like these 3 people holding power, but it's like they're rotating, and then they're doing the same thing in their offices. Like every 4 years and a half, their officers are changing. And so that's the way their organization is structured. And maybe they found out over time that works better for them, or this particular way that they're doing things, they found out over time by experience. So we want to find maybe other people who have founded successful tantra schools, right? Or spirituality academies who grew into different chapters across the world and who now have different chapters. How do you do that? Like, how does that work, right? I know that we have to first start out small and just start out creating one functional team, one functional organism, and then it's going to happen. But we want to be able to have people who have already experience that we don't have on how to grow these organisms. What does it take? I don't know what paperwork. I mean, we have somebody who's helping us right now with like our paperwork, our initial paperwork, and that's been very helpful, right? But I know that there's just so much that I don't even know what I need. I need somebody to tell me, oh, you're gonna need this, because you don't even know that you need that.
Right. Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
So that's great. So have you thought to this point about like what you have to offer those people in exchange for what you're looking for from them?
Yeah, I like that. I would say that, we're going to be creating this app. And so we can give them like a free membership to the app, so that when all of our content is populated, we're going to have courses within the app. So people can have they could sign into the app at a very low cost. And then there's going to be courses within that app that you can buy, right? For maybe a higher cost, because the course is different than the app. The app might have like certain tips and tricks for living a tantric lifestyle. And then we're going to have a course with a very specific teaching or subject, right? So I would say that for our supporters, we can offer a free 1-year membership to the app. We can offer some sessions. Again, this is something I have to speak with my partner and really figure it out, right? Like exactly how many sessions, or I don't think I have all the answers yet. I haven't really thought about it.
Right.
I would say a number of sessions, whatever that turns, maybe 2 with Ali, 2 with me. We could offer our event. We're going to have an inauguration to our church, and we already did find a really amazing venue.
Nice.
that is beautiful, and it has like all these beautiful gardens and steam rooms. And we have a signature experience, which is called the Sassy, Sexy, Steamy Hot Yoga in a steam room and infrared saunas. And we found the venue with those type of facilities that we need.
Nice.
And so we can offer to be part of our team members for that inauguration, and to really have a space within the tantric ministry as part of our tribe to welcome the new family that will be joining us.
Awesome. That's so great.
Yeah.
So like you said, I know you have to have more conversations to keep finding what else there is, but as you can,
we can get more specific as I have these conversations.
and that's the thing, and that's why I'm glad we're doing this, because what I'm doing, as you said, is I'm helping you see, you know, where to go to get these answers so that we can plug them in, and now we can send them out. And then once you send them out, now somebody that's showing up can evaluate, you know, is this a good opportunity for me, right? Here's all the things that they're offering. And what it does is, you know, without this kind of structure, you know, you could just say to people, hey, I'm looking for somebody that can help with our business. Then they're just sending you like random people that might be able to help. And you have to have like an individual conversation with each one of them, qualifying whether they could be right for you or not, right?
Yeah.
By doing this, you're getting all of the qualifications down to begin with, and now you can just have qualified candidates show up, and it's easier for people to share out to their friends, and they know if their friends qualify and all that sort of thing. Make sense?
Yeah. And I know we're gonna need like a content manager, which I'm not even sure if that's the same thing as a social media manager. Maybe it's a different thing, because with the content managers, maybe they're going to have to sift through all of the content that we have. And then we do have Rico who's helping out with that, and with some video editing, outsourcing that. But I think we want to create a lot of content, you know, so maybe even it's like a content strategist, somebody who is very efficient at producing content and organizing it, and knows how to distribute it or organize it in a way that is that you know, raises funds through creating this digital education. So yeah, I'm just putting that thought out there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. So again, I assume there's going to be some monetary budget, and then in addition to the monetary budget, you have these same similar incentives that you can potentially offer of membership, sessions, events, that sort of thing. So you'll keep. Okay, good. So you'll keep growing your list of what all these other incentives are in addition to the dollars, and then you'll also specify, you know, what the dollars are, so that you can post those on the page as well, right? Here's the pay that we can offer. Here's the additional benefits beyond the pay that we can offer. So it sounds like the additional beyond the pay is going to, again, kind of be similar, but you'll keep adding to that list. But it sounds like you've already covered it in terms of access to the content, maybe, you know, sessions, different specific things that they can have. I think I'm trying to think then what else we should get on video now to be able to build out the page anymore. Do you want to say, is anything else coming to your mind? I'm going to look back at the mind map right now. Anything else coming to your mind about what to say about any of this?
Yeah, you know, like I said, we are now an official 508c1A, which is we are a church, and so we are able to take donations, and we are able to return receipts as a confirmation that we have received this donation, so that your donation can be tax deductible as your donation to a church. And so, you know, we want to be able to take donations even for land, right? If you absolutely love what we believe in, we believe in uniting our energy as one with the energy of the earth, of living close to the earth and bringing in our temples so that we can spread this education, produce content that is about healing ourselves, healing our bodies, healing our mind, healing our spirit, healing our relationships, healing our communications with each other, healing our relationships to the planet, healing the relationship with what we're putting in our body, healing the relationship to our emotional intelligence. And these are things that you want to be around. This is the energy that you want to be around. This is the community that you want to foster. And you have an excess of land and you want to donate land to us. We can legally give you a receipt saying that this is, this is a donation that you have given to a church. And so this could be an opportunity for you to bring in that energy, that community into your space and to offer your resources to something greater.
That's awesome. I really
Mhm.
appreciate that. I really appreciate the way that you tied that all together. That's really great. Cool.
you.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I think as I was just looking at the mind map, do you want to take a
Mhm.
minute to talk about what you're looking for in a social media manager and what you're looking for in a production team or production manager?
Yeah. So what I'm looking for in a social media manager is somebody that has a really good eye for aesthetics and beauty and who can organize a very beautiful layout that is also very engaging and that knows how to type certain copy to engage the audience and for it to be very responsive and for it to be just very in service to our audience and also somebody who can like tune in easily into what our look and feel is and who can like present different ideas that are gonna that's really gonna portray that.
Perfect. Perfect. That's really
Yeah.
great. Awesome. Cool. And production manager, what are you looking for in a production manager?
A production manager, I feel it can take all of our creativity, like our creative ideas that we have about the different productions that we want to have, and that he can or she can give it form and order and organization, organize our production in a way that can be streamlined, who has experience doing different type of video productions and has the know-how to really make it really effective and streamlined, and that can easily work with the social media manager to transfer content for all the stories and all the social media content. Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, great. So
And who's a great videographer, or I'm not sure, like maybe the content manager is the separate, maybe that's the one that manages, and then we have a videographer who's really an amazing cinematographer who has a really good quality of shooting videos, and we want to do like artistic type of shoots where they're almost like stories, where like we're shooting a mini movie and it can tell a story with the art that we're creating. We're all bodywork artists and we want to be able to tell stories through these type of bodywork shoots that we're going to be doing, tantra body shoots that we're going to be doing. They're telling a story of humanity and telling a story of our world and our lives and our love in this body, in this world. So
that is
somebody
awesome.
very artistic. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really great. So are you looking for that person to be in South Florida and other locations? Where are you looking for that person to be?
I think at the moment I'm staying in South Florida for the moment being, because I feel like I need to get this grounded. But my heart is in Kauai. So I know that's one of the places where we're gonna want to have this second land is in Kauai. Um, but right now I'm just gonna stick to Florida until we get this grounded.
Perfect.
But if
Okay.
there's anybody in Kauai, then perfect, because I am planning to go there.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, okay, is there anything else that's coming to mind that you want to share about any of this?
I think for now, this is good.
Yeah, because what you've done, just to process it now, is you've given me all of the video snippets that I need in order to chop it up and put it into these various places on the page, like I was just showing you. So let me go back just to create the tangibility for it again. So now again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the interface to be able to pull out the video snippet about the accountant and put that here. And then, the different things that you said about what you're looking for in the accountant, put it all in here. And then for the organizational expert, put it here, and then do a production manager and a social media manager. So I'm going to build out this page with all of these pieces for you. I'm sorry, I stopped it. With all these pieces for you, assuming that this is going to be valuable for you. If I organize all of this for you, are you going to be able to share this? Is this going to be like usable for you to actually go out and, share this page onto social media and get, be able to reach out to find the people that you're looking for, because you've got a page where they can find all the information and they can know what's being offered and they can apply and all that sort of thing? Is that valuable?
That would be ideal. I mean, first I would share with Ali and say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think we need to edit, or how do you think we need to organize it in a better
of course.
format? And then once it's approved, then maybe we even have to reshoot the video with both of us and placing a more specific offer, because I know my offer was a little bit like, right off the top of my head without really thinking about it. So I think that once we do that and it's really ready to go, then we can share it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm not rushing you to share. For sure, there's a process. I just want to make sure that you're feeling that this is valuable for you.
Oh, the value, yes.
To be able to get what you're trying to get, right? That this is a technique and a vehicle that helps you get what you need, because it's giving you all the pieces you need to make it, to have it all flow to you, essentially.
Yeah, there's definitely tools to work with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I think then that covers it, because you've given me everything I need to, like I said, chop it up and put it all together and give it to you back, where you can now share it with Ali and others that you want to share it with, and then figure out, like you said, what are our offers going to be, what are our incentives going to be, get that down, and then, again, like you said, reshoot or add to the page or whatever. But
right.
But awesome, great. So now we've got a good start. So any other questions for me, comments, thoughts, anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
Well, I am working on writing a book, so maybe we'll throw that into the mix somewhere.
That's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's all related because it's part of the content and the education. So I'm like taking a course about this book and how to write it. Not how to write it, but like certain strategies to launch a book into the world and to organize it and to get yourself prepared for that process. So I think maybe down the line, once I get more to that point where I am with the book, maybe I'll need like a cover book designer or something like that, somebody with knowledge about launching books into the world. But yeah, that's something that we can put down at a little later.
Add it to our to-do list to get back to later.
Yeah, a little later. Right now I'm still like in module 2, so there's still a lot of processing that I'm doing. But just wanted to let you know.
That's awesome. I'm really excited that you're doing that. I've also been feeling like I need to create a book that explains all of this so that
Yeah.
people can just read a book and understand how we can transform our whole society. So I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
That would be really good. Yeah, it could be like a short book. Like what my course is saying is it doesn't have to be a huge book with a lot of fluff in it. It could be just really short and practical, and that just gives like those practical tools that people can use in their lives.
Great.
So, and what you're doing is very practical. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate
yeah.
it. And also I wanted to share, because I just wanted to thank you. I see, the effort you went to set up exactly how I mentioned, you've got a great framing, you're all put together, the whole thing is all really well put together. I really appreciate you doing that. And I know that you get that all makes difference, especially as you're recruiting people to be a part of this, right? It's
yeah, no, I know I have a more stable space, so that's a little bit easier for me.
Awesome.
At this moment, yeah.
Well, I'm super excited about all that you're doing, and I'm super excited for you to be one of the first users of the system to actually, create results out of this. And I can't wait for these people that you're seeking, the supporters that you're seeking, to start coming to you through, the system, so we can have some tangible results. As here's how it worked for Angie, and here's the connectors that ended up, providing the connection and all of that. So I'm really excited for you.
Me too. I'm very excited about this, and I just want to congratulate all of your time and all of your effort and your endless dedication to creating this engine of creation.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. And the one part to say, which I think you've gotten from everything else, especially being on the leadership council, but this obviously is really practical, like you said, for somebody like you, for an individual that has aspirations and intentions and building a business and all of that. And the big thing about this is that it provides all the building blocks for us to be able to address our biggest challenges. And as you know, that's what my passion is. It's because this will work for us on an individual level, and we'll get good at doing all this stuff for us individually. Then it gives us all the pieces that we need to address pollution and address human rights and address, water quality and all these different things that we need to be much more effective and much more organized to do. And if we're not getting organized at this level, it's really hard to get organized at that level, right? But when we have the tool,
these tools are great for activists trying to get organized to do all these different things for the rights of Mother Earth.
Exactly. Yeah. And I appreciate all the energy that you're holding with that, Angie, and all the ways that you found because I know you've been holding that energy for a long time, the Eco Rainbow Goddesses, for you to have all of this energy for the earth and for life itself, and to be able to merge it, into the business world and find these ways to be able to support yourself and others in ways that you can create this circulation for the earth and for healing the earth. I so honor and appreciate you.
Yeah, and I definitely want to do a lot more for the earth, and I feel that setting these foundations are going to help us as really being more of an institution that can do more, that has more power of influence. I feel like we're going to be able to do a lot more, and I am looking to write the planetary tantra part of the book, which relates to how we can also learn how to make love to the earth and how to live in harmony with the earth in a way that is practical for our lifestyle, and that everybody can play a part in it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome, Angie. So great to be with you. I'm so grateful for you and for all of this. So great to connect, and excited, for where we're going to take all of this.
Me too. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And yeah, I just thought about something to put on my list. I think I need like I need a secretary. Yeah, that's what I
Personal
need.
assistant, a personal assistant.
Yeah, I need like a personal assistant that I could just show them my book and say, okay, look, this is everything that I'm working on. How can I better like tackle it, right? Or who has like all these systems and things, systems to put into place to tackle everything with more effectiveness. I'm gonna put that in the cauldron.
Awesome.
A
That's
personal
awesome.
assistant.
You're making me think of a resource I saw recently that I'll send you a link to see if that can help you with that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm
Awesome.
looking forward to it.
Perfect. Okay, great. Great, Angie. Great to be with you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
mwah. Thank you so much, Jared. I love you, and I'm grateful for everything you're doing. We'll stay in touch.
Awesome. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye, sweetie. Take care.
Bye.
Bless.